am Ambassador Kuriatani, the Cabinet Secretary for Labor and Social Protection. On day-to-day basis, I engage in a number of undertakings, giving policy direction to the ministry, coordinating senior management, and making sure that we produce results in terms of own performances, in terms of response to issues, situations, and making sure that we make progress on all on the part of the performance contracting that we undertake. By also giving the necessary image, good image of the ministry. And the ministry does not work alone. It works within the setup of government. And a functional ministry, Ministry A, has a direct bearing on other ministries. The net sum is, a good and functional government. I think foremost, you need to realize that the most important resource in this country is the human resource. And for us to perform, for us to produce, for us to grow the economy, the human element must be functional, must be motivated, must be skilled, and must be focused on target. For me, that's the starting point. And if you look at it, currently there are a lot of opportunities, in being more productive in terms of performance of duties, production of results, because we have technology with us. That used not to be there maybe 30 years ago. We have now, you can use technology to produce better results and work for a shorter time, but with a good result. In Kenya, as far as the Ministry of Labour is concerned, we have looked at the entire spectrum of the scope of the labor in the country. Foremost, we have to have the necessary legislative and policy framework that gives guides on terms of producing more, producing better, so that we are not gazing, but we are following systematic, laid down policy guidelines on what involves decent work. So we have the necessary guidelines, the legislative guidelines, legal guidelines, the policy framework. And part of the things we are doing is to make sure that we have harmonious labor relations in the country. Unless we have stability and harmony between the tripartite bodies, the employer, the employee, and government acting as a facilitator, if one arm is weak, then we are unlikely to achieve a more productive labor force and a better economy. So we make sure that there is a stability, and we do it through a number of initiatives. We have the wages councils where the various sectors come together and negotiate and agree. Additionally, we are also in the process of working on wage policy in this country, which has been lacking. We are more or less now towards the tail end of enacting the wage policy in this country that affects the entire spectrum of the economy. And we have elaborate laws in place where should any dispute arise, the necessary procedural mechanisms are in place in terms of reporting, in terms of durations, in terms of sorting out disputes before actually it also goes to the courts. So all these are really very beneficial, and we are working along the same so that we continue improving on it. That's why we continue reviewing our labor laws from time to time, because nothing is static. Life changes every other day. The workforce of today is different from the workforce of those early days. And the current realities, including technology, must be factored in all this. So an harmonious working relationship with well spelled out policies, programs, interventions, and also segmenting areas rather than generalizing, the workforce in this country. Each sector have a unique situation, unique demands, and it requires unique approach in handling them. The world is going technology. The traditional business practice and business engagement is no longer, feasible. Really, it's not. It's feasible, but there's a better ways of doing business at manageable cost, and also ways of reaching out to very many people. The e-line platform, if you look at the Amazon, if you look at, people are trading, you are now actually delivering. The people are getting deliveries in the comfort of their own homes. You just buy online, you want this, and it's delivered to you. And accompanying financial transfers or accompaniment are also done online. Kenya has done very well. The financial support system is very good. You have the M-Pesa, that you can transfer money from here to another place. You have the pay bill. You have all these areas that are actually good. And Kenya in the region, by comparison, is doing extremely well and can even effectively compete with those highly developed countries. The ICT infrastructure in this country is very good, and the pace of growth is really amazing, and it's really going on very well. But that does not mean that we don't have challenges. We have a few challenges, and part of it is that for those online transactions in terms of delivery, in terms of finances, our other infrastructure will be particularly, our street naming, the naming of the streets, the deliveries, the points are not, well developed. The mailing systems, the address, they are not very. The pace of development is still very low. So that's actually a bit hampering the smooth flow of online transactions, online purchases, and the delivery. We still have a bit of challenge. But overall, I'm very happy with the progress. I'm happy that we're a leader actually in this region.